Good morning, T3 Talks. This is Dr. Matt Parker with Parker Physio, specializing in helping those over the age of 50 get back to being active and feeling healthy again. I'm here with the wonderful Rick Noda. Rick, how you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Doc Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. So weather's taking a turn. Life is good. Topic today, something that is required, or otherwise we drop dead, actually. So it is breathing. So it's something that I teach a lot, and people are probably like flabbergasted right now, like, hey, you teach breathing. And like, yeah, we really go over a lot of breathing mechanics. So you do it on your end in the fitness realm, I do it in my realm in the physical therapy world. And people are, look at me confused all the time when I ask them to take a deep breath, and I'm like, wow, we're going to change this. And so and there's a reasoning behind it first and foremost. So when people breathe, and I'll do it with Rick here, he'll be my example here. So I'm going to have Rick kind of sit back, and normally you're laying down, but we're going to do it for this kind of scenario here. I'll have someone put one hand on the rib. So go ahead, put your one hand on the rib. Boom. We're going to put one hand on his belly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So then I say, inhale, take a deep breath. Okay. And exhale. And I'm going to ask Rick, I'm going to say, Rick, when you inhale, which hand's going higher? Your top hand on the ribs or the bottom hand on your stomach? So go ahead.
The bottom hand happened to go a little bit higher on that one.
Ooh, I don't know. Let's inhale again. So I would tell Rick, and this is classically what I see, is that he predominantly breathes up here with your ribs. Okay, so what I teach with those that have back pain, that have neck pain, have shoulder pain, and maybe you don't have those pains, you want to prevent those pains, is you want to use something called your diaphragm. So your diaphragm is this really cool muscle that sits right here, okay? And when we breathe, we actually want to breathe more down here with this diaphragm. And what this does, it does a lot of incredible things. So we're gonna exhale, right? So as Rick, I want him to focus on really pushing the air down here into the diaphragm. And what happens here is when he uses the diaphragm, it's going to give him more low back support. It's going to decrease these muscles up here working to let the shoulder muscles and the neck muscles relax. Good. So you see his neck relax a little bit more. All the air is coming down into here. And what this does, it can even help decrease some stress. It's kind of like the yoga breath, the meditation breath. And I usually spend a lot of time here just working on the breath. Because again, if we don't improve this right here, we can do all the exercises you want in the world, but if the breath doesn't change, then the back pain doesn't change, then the shoulder or the neck pain doesn't change. So this is vital right here in regards to, improving, again, the stress stuff, improving the back pain, the shoulder pain, the neck pain. Rick, how do you feel right now?
I'm so relaxed right now.
As he's falling asleep, so.
It's funny.
But Rick, tell me more about how you incorporate this into your own, on your side of the realm.
So I can hear Doc most of the time. It's like, it's not a cringe, but I will say all the time, breathe or you die. Because you see a lot of people during fitness or during stressful situations hold their breath.
Yep.
And what that does is, it contracts the neck. It cuts circulation off to your brain, and over long periods of time, you can make it dizzy. All right, let alone what I'll tell you is you start to breathe heavy and you start to go into different zones. So let's break this down into, doctor showed us how to breathe. Let's establish the standard of breathing and the rate of perceived effort, which helps.
Okay.
And what I call the biological exercise front. So I use breathing on a scale of 1 to 10. For 1 to 5, Doc and I are talking just like this, no problem whatsoever. So if you remember, we talked about in previous videos that warm-ups. Your warm-up should be right around that 1 or 5, just like this. Because again, we're talking, no problems whatsoever. For Ironman athletes and those who are doing stuff, believe it or not, this is where you can go 2, 3, 4 hours of long periods of duration. Now, the next part is 6 and 7. Now, you start to say 3 words. Now, this is where over 50s have a big problem because they start to breathe very shallow, and that shallow breathing catches up with them very quickly, and it forces them to actually slow down a little bit. Oxygen saturation lowers a little bit, yada, 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 but you really start to slow yourself down because you're not breathing as deep. It should be more like that where you're breathing deep, but you're still only able to say 3 breaths. Now, 8 is specific. You're only saying 1 word. This is go, Doc, we're running. So most of the time, that's when you're going a little bit harder, all right? Last 9 and 10, you're literally can't run anymore.
Gasping.
You're like gasping. Now there, you're going to diaphragmic breathe because your mouth is open, your nose is open, you're taking in air as much as you can, and your body's, and that's usually what I would say, your body's last attempt to give it as much effort as possible. Here's what I'm going to tell all my walkers and all my yoga breathers and everything out there. When you're doing static weights or things that are easy, tells your body you're running. So if you're in the gym and you're warming up and you're just lifting weights in through the nose and out through the nose, the minute you go, your body thinks you're going a little bit harder than you are, and your rate of perceived effort changes. Now, that's great. Let's transition that scale of rate of perceived effort from the biological into the social. Now, you're sitting there, you're telling a passionate story about something. You're like, oh, doc, I was with my kids and all that stuff, and like this, and all of a sudden you start to gasp a little bit because you're reaching for air and you're there. That's social breathing. That's where your diaphragmic breathing would really help, because that's where we fail to diaphragmically breathe and we talk really shallow. We don't think a whole lot about that, all right? Because then when we go to do our spiritual breathing and our meditation, it takes us longer to calibrate, because for the last 20, 30 minutes or an hour, you talk to your friends with just upper breathing. So really having the ability to transition all of that stuff even helps you with, when I say the psychological part. Now you've got stress from work. You're trying to think of what to do and how to do it. Just like me in this podcast, like, what am I saying? What are my lines? What am I doing? It puts a little stress on me. And if I'm not breathing deeply from here, then I'm going to sound gassed. And eventually I can't think. My mannerisms are going to go wrong. And that's literally where breathing from each aspect all starts from that calibration of deep diaphragmic breathing. Now, how many people practice breathing, Doc?
Not many.
Zero.
Not many.
Not many. So here's the key. All right? When you're washing your hands, okay, everybody knows that, sing happy birthday for 45 seconds or whatever to clean your hands, okay? I think that's great. Also, it's a captive audience because you've got a mirror there and you got about 45 seconds. I use that opportunity to practice your breathing. Now, I'm a nurse. I wash my hands a lot. Doc's a doc. He washes his hands a lot. So if you are going to the bathroom 3 or 4 times a day, then you're not only washing your hands to stay clean, to avoid infection control, you're also breathing deeply. And what also helps me for my 70, 65, and older, it also avoids pneumonia. Because what is pneumonia? Fluid in the lungs, right?
Correct.
And if you're only breathing from up here, fluid catches on from here, even in the mildest amounts of post-nasal drip. So if you're doing that 2 or 3 times a day, booyah, you just avoided your cases of getting a next head cold or pneumonia. Hey, you know what? I'm just a jarhead.
So as I understand it, there's more than one type of breathing.
More than one type of breathing.
And when to use them.
When to use them and in different situations. But the bottom line is I've given you the tools to practice it. And that practice is usually in that bathroom or before you go to bed. But usually what I like is in the bathroom, when you're washing your hands, you're doing it multiple times a day.
I'm going to steal that with my patients, so I appreciate that, Rick. So
that's the beauty, Doc. That's why we work together in this ecosystem.
If you guys want to learn more, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let us know what you thought, and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Keep breathing or you will die.
Hey, Dr. Matt Parker here with Parker Physio, where we specialize in helping those over the age of 50 that are struggling with aches and pains get back to feeling healthy and living an active, mobile, independent lifestyle while avoiding those pain pills and costly surgeries. If you'd like to reach me, you can go ahead and call me at 858-900-3361. Again, that number is 858-900-3361. My email address is my name, Matt, with just one T, MAT@parkerphysio.com, or you can go to my website, parkerphysio.com, where I have plenty of information on things like how to help back pain and shoulder pain, neck, foot, knee and ankle, sciatica. If it hurts, there's information on that website. So please go check that out, and look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for checking out our videos. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and hit that button right below. Or if you want to check out the latest video right here over my shoulder, go ahead and click that link. If you want to check us out on our social networks, we're at T3 Body Encinitas. That's T3 Body Encinitas. Or shoot me a quick email at info@T3 Body Encinitas, where our motivation inspires you to be better. See you guys soon.